Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Would like to see warning labels placed on liquor similar to the labels that you see on cigarettes about the risks of cancer in drinking alcohol. Is that indeed helpful in the fight against cancer? Where Sumit Rai is an expert on early cancer detection. He lost his sister to cancer, prompting him to found Cancer Check Labs, where he serves as CEO. And Sumit is on the Davison Family Dentistry Newsmaker line this morning. Sumit, welcome to WHO Radio. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, obviously, my friend, you are passionate about this issue. So what are you thinking with the Surgeon General saying we need warning labels on alcohol?
I think he is unnecessarily creating mass panic and misinforming the American public. I think that he is misstating the severity of this problem. To understand this, look, there are about 20,000 deaths that are caused from alcohol-related cancer per year. That's in their report. Let's put that in perspective for a second. When he says to use warning labels, and this is very important, smoking causes 160,000 alcohol-related deaths every year, 8 times as many. So to put them at par, first of all, is just inappropriate. Second, alcohol-related cancer is at 20,000. In the United States, we have 600,000 cancer-related deaths every year. 20,000 is about 3% of that. 97% of cancer-related deaths have nothing to do with alcohol. And so to go out to the American public and tell them that they should start panicking and they can't have a beer with their Sunday night football game or they can't have a glass of wine after a rough day, I think is just inappropriate and is just completely misstating the severity of it.
So, Sumit, you're passionate on this issue. Where should the focus be, in your opinion?
The focus should be on informing the American public how to stop the 600,000 deaths. And the way you do that is with early detection and cancer screening. And so today, look, the key to curing cancer is early detection. Mm-hmm. If you can detect cancer at stage 0, survival is 99%. What I have trouble understanding is, Vivek is a co-founder with me of a technology company in which he's no longer involved that helped us develop the test at Cancer Check Labs. We have a blood test that can detect 200 types of solid tumors simply from a blood draw at stage 0, where survival would be 99%. If he's going to use his platform and his resources, government resources, taxpayer money, to go out there and create awareness around cancer, he should try to move the needle to have the maximum impact.
Well,
what he should be doing is, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to the listeners, Sumit, that you're referring to Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, who you know. And here's the thing. I just did a segment, Sumit, where we talked about, okay, President Biden's on his way out. He's trying to cement his legacy with some moves he's making. And I'm trying to think, okay, if you're Vivek and he's worked with you and he knows the importance of early detection, why would he do this? Is this sort of a big, broad legacy move? What are you thinking here?
100%. What this is an attention grab to build his personal brand, and he's doing it at the expense of freaking out the Americans. What he's trying to do here is get a whole bunch of earned media. And so he hasn't done anything of note during his term. Look, alcohol being a problem is not new. The World Health Organization categorized it as a Group 1 carcinogen in 1987. This is not news. And so by spotlighting this, he's just trying to get attention. And with this attention, what he's doing is trying to set himself up a few days before he'll be removed for office to get higher consulting fees, speaking fees, and authoring opportunities. This is the same thing he did with his last term. When he came in, he charged $2.6 million of consulting fees to companies like Netflix and Carnival to tell them to wash their hands and put on a mask. What he's doing here is setting himself up for personal brand, and he is using the government's platform, his position as Surgeon General, and taxpayer resources to bolster himself, which is totally inappropriate.
Absolutely. And Sumit, you addressed this earlier, and I know I interrupted you, but I wanted to make sure people knew who you were talking about here. But you were talking about, look, the real answer to all of this is detection. And you're passionate about that, aren't you?
Absolutely, because that is what moves the needle. That is what can save those 602,000 people, those Americans, every single year that are dying from cancer. And look, cancer doesn't just affect the patient, it affects their families, their friends, their mom, their dad, their sister, their children. I lost my only sibling, my younger sister, to cancer. It has a massive impact on everyone around you. And so, if you want to move the needle for cancer and you want to save those lives, what you need to be doing is going out and informing them about early detection. Today, in screening, for cancer screening, there are only 5 screens that are used: mammogram for breast cancer, PSA for prostate cancer, colonoscopy for colorectal cancer, lung CT for lung cancer, and pap smear for cervical cancer. There are no screens that exist in routine screening today for pancreatic, liver, bladder, brain, esophageal, stomach, gastric, adrenal, thyroid, skin, and I can go on and on and on. The vast majority of cancers have no screen. What we have developed at Cancer Check Labs is a blood test that can screen you for all of them. And Vivek was involved in co-founding the technology that powers this test. It doesn't make any sense if he truly cares about moving the needle on cancer. Where he should be going is using his platform to inform the American public that there's a test out there that can save their lives, not going out there and creating a big ruckus about putting a warning label on alcohol because it'll garner him attention and earn media to build his brand before he exits office within a few days.
Some frank talk this morning from Sumit Rai. Sumit, thanks very much for joining us and joining the conversation in the WHO Radio Morning Show.